how in the hell do we end up in the open and you got Gibbs equipment and 2311 equipment with one guy that's been pretty decent all year long in Bubba Wallace, and Ty Gibbs that, I mean, at least the equipment should be able to drive itself in a way. You race for your granddad at Gibbs.
Come on, man.
Neither one of them make the actual all-star race. They lost out in the open, and that just tells you, where they were at last year compared to this year. What's going on, y'all? I'm Brandon Atlanta Man Bang, coming to you live right here, Coach's Corner, the center of the universe, Thunderbolt, Georgia. Another episode of Rubbin' and Grubbin'. Rubbin' is racing, grubbin' is tasting. Man, we're getting ready to get into it, coming into a big Memorial Day weekend here, the Coca-Cola 600. Recapping that amazing all-star race we saw there in North Wilkesboro, man. I tell you what, got a lot of stuff to go over here tonight. So thank you guys for tuning in. And, hey, if you're new to tuning in the show, the way we like to start this out is what we call the word of the day, okay? So, basically the way this game works is whatever I say a word, I have no idea what it's going to be. Lawrence will throw it up there. When I say it, you take a sip of your favorite adult beverage. As I always say, last day of school, man. This is it. Chatham County's out. Summertime is here, so kids stay up late, age appropriate as well. Play along. Red Bull, sweet tea, whatever it may be, man. So, last week's word was Elliott, which going in the All-Star, I might have said it a couple times here and there. I don't know, week before, who knows, but at the end of the day, hopefully you guys had a good buzz by the end of the show. And this week's word is going to be, I have no idea, y'all. So getting right into that NASCAR news, man. Christopher Bell comes home $1 million richer there for North Wilkesboro. I tell you what, really good run and showing there for that 20 car. Had the right strategy at the end to win it. We'll get a little bit more in depth here in just a little bit, but glad to see that 20 car out there winning. I think highly of the kid. I think he's a very good race car driver, and I can tell you this, man, you better get used to hearing that name because you're going to hear it a lot for the next decade for sure. So, last couple of in-season challenge spots available right now, right? So, we know this year when we get to Atlanta coming up at the end of June, towards the end of June, they have an in-season playoff, right? Like, they're going to bracket them up. 32 drivers contend to go out and win, right? The last two spots are available now, 31st, 32nd, and points. So the last spot, excuse me. So these next two races are going to be very important for a few guys. SVG, Brad Keselowski, let me see who else. Riley Earps and Cole Custer. Are all right there within, I think, 13 or 14 points of each other, fighting for this last in-season playoff spot, which, that's money. I mean, that's money on the table. You always want to be a part of the extracurricular activities as well. So be a little race inside of a race the next few weeks to see which one of those cars can come out on top. If I'm going to make a prediction, I'll say it'll either be the 6 or the 35. I mean, what the hell? It's going to be one of those two cars. I mean, I like Riley Earps. I think he's a good talent. He's got good equipment over there at 2311, obviously. But at the end of the day, Brad Keselowski with that experience should be able to get that spot. We'll see what happens, man. So, NASCAR Hall of Fame class coming up has been announced who got in. Kurt Busch and Harry Gant for that Modern Air, and Ray Hendrick for the, grandfather in or, the pre-Modern Air. I tell you what, I've spoke my feelings about the NASCAR Hall of Fame for the last 4 or 5 years during the show. I'm not discarding either two of the guys, anybody that got in, all three of the guys. I'm not discarding that they don't deserve to be in it. What I'm discarding is the fact that we're running out of people to elect into the Hall of Fame. So I think it's one of those things NASCAR needs to do every couple years, every 3 years, whatever it may be. We're going to run out of guys until we start putting in guys that are still racing, which kind of breaks all the rules of being in the Hall of Fame. So anyways, we'll see what they do, but that's just my personal feels on it, man. So if you guys haven't yet, man, please go out, like, share, follow all the social media. Lawrence does a great job. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, but most importantly, go out, subscribe to that YouTube channel. Again, the more eyes we get on the show, hopefully the more eyes we get onto the charitable causes we do, not only on Rubbin' and Grubbin', but Coach's Corner in general. And that's what it's all about, man. So like I say, if you ever want to come up to Coach's, hanging out, want to donate in, nickels, pennies, dimes, 10, 20s, 150s, doesn't matter what you got, man. Just tell them you want to throw it in, check your flag for charity. It all goes to a great place and great local causes here in the community, man. So make sure you're a part of that for sure. Tim Cindric, gone from Penske. Man, I tell you what, I'm not that big into open wheel cars, but when you hear headlines in automotive racing like that, you got to go. Yeah, it's kind of rough, man. They got penalized there for qualifying efforts. Got caught cheating or whatever they did, and obviously head of the snake on down. Roger Penske's not going anywhere, so um, they gave out their statement. I'm not going to speak on it. I don't know enough about it. I really hope it doesn't affect Austin Cindric. I really hope that obviously he's gone out and won a race this year. He's a good driver. He's a good representative of Penske Motorsports. I really hope the years that his dad put in there and did what he did for the organization really pays off. But we'll see. I mean, that's how business goes. It gets grimy sometimes, but really hoping for Austin, he's able to go out and continue in that ride and keep building his career. But we'll see what happens, man. So, had some drama there again this past weekend truck series, man. I'll tell you what, Lane Riggs is probably becoming one of my favorite truck series drivers, man. I tell you what, I like him. The kid can drive. He's hungry. He's aggressive. I mean, come on, it is what it is. But him and Corey Heim got in a little scuffle there. Riggs kind of took him out, trying to get that race win. Didn't get it. And they had a little saying on pit road after, and Corey Heim said what he said. But hopefully, Lane Riggs goes out and keeps continuing to race the same way he races. I mean, I don't change it. I mean, you're hungry, you're young, go out and get that win, man. That's what it's all about. Nobody cares about second. Nobody cares who you make mad. Dale Sr. didn't. Nobody in the sport cares about who you make mad. Expect payback. If you do it wrong, you're going to get paid back. But I'm not going to be mad at you. I like you, man. So always a little drama. I like that truck series, man. Truck series is good racing for sure. So again, y'all, getting into my favorite part of the show, the checkered flag for charity, man. If you haven't yet, like I said, when you come out here to the Sound Garden, all the concerts that Coach's Corner throws on during the summer and springtime, winter, the best place for live music here in Savannah. Make sure you're bringing some extra money, getting into those Cooler Full of Joys, getting into those giveaways we do for checkered flag for charity, and everything we do on Rubbin' and Grubbin' and Coaches in general. But if you're new to tuning in, basically whatever car number wins that race is what we donate in, man. And Christopher Bell, you know what I mean? Christopher Bell, right there, taking that race win. Love it. I got a couple extra dollars we're going to throw in there just for the 77 a host of our. We'll throw $1 each in there for them. Hey, man, a little bit more money going into that checkered flag for charity. $572 just for the checkered flag for charity on the year, which isn't bad, man. So we're getting there. Come out, support, bring some money, get into these good causes, man. Support the community, win something. What it's all about. That's what I love to do, man. That's what you guys should love to do as well. So, getting ready to get into that who's hot and who's not. But before we do, big shout out to my main man, Parker Eccles over there, owner operator at Arborman Tree Service, the best tree service in Savannah. Locally owned, locally operated, fully insured. I'm telling you what, man, doesn't matter what it is. Full tree removal, stump grinding, estimate, getting some limbs cut back. Make sure you give Parker a call over there at Arborman. You'll see the number scrolling all night long on the bottom of the screen. As I always love to say, no job too big, too small. Give Parker a call, baby. I love you, man. So the hot list, I tell you what, it ain't going to change that much, man. I'm going to keep Kyle Larson number one on the hot list. And this is why. If you go back and look at statistics on the year, 1.5 mile tracks, in general, stage wins, laps led, average finish, average starting position, the 5-team owns it all. Okay, so until somebody comes out and shows me that they can go out and show the speed the 5 does week in and week out, I'll take 5 number one every time. Now, I will do this. I will move C. Bell up to number 2. Again, I'm very high on C. Bell. My dad gives me shit about it all the time. I owe $1, but he gives me stuff about it all the time. And I just think he's young, and you're seeing him really coming to his prime and equipment that he's good at racing, and the team that respects him well. And I love his style. Right? He's kind of that Jeff Gordon, Kyle Larson-esque guy that doesn't have to go out and race dirty. Right? So I really love that, and I'm telling you, he's going to contend. He's due for a championship coming up soon. Reed in the house. What's up, Reed? But, nah, man, I tell you what. Third on that list, William Byron. Again, another young driver over there at Hendrick Motorsports, the 24 car. I'll tell you where I pick him here coming into this Coca-Cola 600. But I tell you what, I think the guy's got amazing talent. And, again, a great crew chief they click well with. Really good equipment. And that 24 car's been known to run good at Charlotte. So we'll see what happens for sure, man. So getting into the who's not, I mentioned it earlier. I think Brad K is still the coldest on that list right now. I'm not trying to kill Ford or kill Brad K. I like him. I liked him when he came in. I know. I just think 32nd or 31st in the points right now is just kind of an abomination for having the year you had last year, right? And, again, the one good run we had this year, you're running second, blow a tire. That's kind of racing luck. But man, we should be more consistent. We should at least be able to find top 20 speed, I feel like, So right now, again, we'll see if he can make it and lock himself into that playoff, or not the playoff, excuse me, the in season challenge or bracket or whatever you want to call it. But right now, I mean, it's going to be hard pressed. You got 2 weeks, so we'll see if he can do it, man. Ty Gibbs and Bubba both are on the not list. How in the hell do we end up in the open and you got Gibbs equipment and 2311 equipment with one guy that's been pretty decent all year long in Bubba Wallace, and Ty Gibbs that, I mean, at least the equipment should be able to drive itself in a way. You race for your granddad at Gibbs. Neither one of them make the actual all-star race. They lost out in the open, and that just tells you, where they were at last year compared to this year. I think one team is still on the downward slide, and I think one's on the way up. I think Bubba's got potential. The speed's there. He's got great top 10 potential week in and week out at mile and a half. He's shown it. I don't think the 600 will be any different. I think the biggest weakness for him is pit crew and not making mistakes behind the wheel. Obviously, things happen, but when to be aggressive and when not. But he's on up. And I will say that Ty's still on the way down, but I mean, all that can change. We'll see what happens. So, I'm just going by stats, man. But that'll do it for the who's hot and who's not. Before we get into the All-Star recap, man, we're going to pause for station identification right here on Coach's Corner Network. I need a cold beverage. I can tell you this, man. I have an uncle that's out there, just had a surgery. By the way, I will say that, and I'm glad to know that he's doing very well and recovering very quickly. So I hope to see him very soon. I'll go see my Uncle Bobby. So big shout out to him. Love you, Uncle Bobby. And as he would like to say, it is hotter than 2 rats screwed in a wool sock out here, okay? It is very warm. So cheers, Uncle Bobby. Love you. And I'm going to call you here coming up soon, man. Check in on you. So I love you. Whew. This is cold, too. I like this, Lawrence. Thank you for that. Yeah, that's a good one, man. So, All-Star recap, man. As I said earlier, had to be one of the best races we've seen at North Wilkesboro there in a while, for real. All-Star race last year compared to this year. Just totally different things. But I tell you what, man, it's a good show. That was a really good show for a racetrack. And I say, we're going to get into it in the hard right turn, some things that I really want to voice an opinion about. But I tell you what, man, that's a good place to have an all-star event, and I think that deserves a point race. I would love to see 36 to 38 cars on that racetrack, racing. I would like to see that. So if it's done right. So we'll see if it comes up, but we'll talk about more in a bit, man. Like I said, C-Bell coming home victorious, $1 million richer. Sadie's dad just smoked the best thing since sliced bread out there. He got used up. The biggest drama on the week everybody wanted to talk about was Logano's comments after the race and this and that and yada yada. Look, nobody's happy when they get moved out of the way for a race win. Whether it's the last lap, 10 to go, 20 to go, nobody's happy. All right? C-Bell didn't do anything wrong. He didn't race him dirty. He didn't do anything dirty to him. Just short track racing, and at the end of the day, any style racing when it comes down to getting a race win. I really loved, the fact that Joey did come back out a couple days later and go, hey, after watching it, he didn't do anything wrong. I kind of over acted, and I get it. You're fresh out the race car, you're hot, you're frustrated. But good kudos to Joey Logano for stepping up and saying that. But again, C-Bell, $1 million richer there. Larson, I tell you what, man, Larson had a good little car there until toe link or whatever broke in his. For not being in that car pretty much all weekend and being in Indy and then getting into that car and running it up there the way he did. I tell you what, man, they gave him a shot at it. We're going to see what happens this weekend. I tell everybody we're going to talk about it in the money line, but that's a hard bet to go against or with Larson this week. But we'll talk about it, man. But look to have a decent run going until he didn't there for $1 million. And, like I said, Logano had the best car on the night. We talked about it. He led, 120 laps, 119 laps. I don't know what he led. He led a dominant amount of that race and dominated it. And just at the end of the day, the crew, chief and crew, the strategy cost him that race. There's nobody to blame but that strategy. I think if they would have come in and taken 4, and maybe other people would have stayed out. You would have been on the flip side of the coin either way. And if you would have come in and everybody came in, you'd probably be one of the top 3 coming out with 4 new tires. So I think it was just a wrong call by a crew chief that cost them. At least it wasn't a point race. It was just $1,000,000, and I get it. That's a lot, but I mean, come on. At the end of the day, you live and you learn. So. All in all, like I said, great race. I think that race deserves a point race there, at least here in the next couple of years, at least a shot at it. I think Rockingham as well. I think we need diverse racetracks, mile, half miles. I love the mile and a halves that we have now. I think Chicagoland would be a great addition. There's so many things that we could do here moving forward to make it better as a schedule in whole. And that means some places got to give up some dates. And I understand that. But at the end of the day, I'd love to see it. I think that's what we need as a sport to keep it a little more interesting and fair now that the cars are 100% the same stuff. So, just my opinion. Oh, yeah. Michael Waltrip dropping the yellow flag. If I had a 20, I'd throw it in the square bucket because I think that was, I don't know how you do that as a former driver. It's time to pull the cord. That might have cost him his job, honestly. Time to pull the cord. You're on pit road and pit road only. That's it, man. But getting into that Coca-Cola 600, baby, I tell you what, man. These are the Liberty Forge keys to victory for that Coca-Cola 600. Big shout out to Liberty Forge out there. You see the hat, man. If you haven't, go out, check their website out, Liberty Forge USA. Amazing wheels, man. I mean, they are billet, cut to order. Amazing floating center caps, fully customizable. Amazing customer service. These are some slick wheels. I will bring that wheel up. We will have it at some point in time this year. So make sure you're checking out and staying forward. Go check that website out. If you got those big boy trucks, man, and you're looking for something that nobody else has, go check out Liberty Forge USA, man. There are some bad wheels, dude. Check them out. So keys to victory, man. Track position is king in this next gen car. We've learned that. Doesn't matter where we go, mile and a half, short tracks, doesn't matter. Track position is everything. So make sure you're staying out front, not losing it. And if you do lose it and have an issue, definitely not in the last stage of the race, but have it early. We got a long day. You can come back, man. You got a long day, but track position is going to be key. Pit stops, man. Again, nothing can hold you back. Have really good, clean pit stops. No penalties. Again, if you do early in the race, plenty of time to rebound. Longest race of the year. I love it. But just make sure you're on top of your game all night long there in Charlotte. Strategy. How many times have we seen strategy coming into play over a fuel mileage thing in the last year, this year alone and last year? Tracks we never thought we'd see fuel mileage races at. So, again, always keep an open mind to different strategies, play something a little different. 2 tires compared to 4, maybe on a short end to run up a stage or an early caution. 30 laps in, take 2, get track position, see what it does early. Who knows? We'll see how they all play it. I mean, they're both good little things that they do. But we'll see. But again, make sure that, and most importantly, the endurance behind the wheel and the endurance of the equipment. Make sure you bring the equipment that is going to last 600 miles, and make sure you have the stamina behind that wheel to run it hard as you can 600 miles. So those are the Liberty Forge keys to victory right there, man. Gonna be an amazing race. This is one of my favorite races of the year. I mean, who cannot love one of the crown jewels of NASCAR right here? The longest race of the year, Memorial Day weekend. The sport that pretty much pays the most respect to any kind of servicemen and women out there. NFL likes to try, but they can't even compare or smell NASCAR and what NASCAR does for the military. So big shout out to the most American race there. Was it the biggest day in motorsports, right? Biggest day in motorsports, man. 1,100 miles between 2 of them. The Indy 500 and Coca-Cola 600, man. The biggest day. And what, F1 too, right? In the morning, right? Oh, come on, dude. You got a full day of every style of racing you love on Memorial Day weekend. The most American weekend right here. And what it's all about is remembering those fallen servicemen and women who gave their life to be able to come out and do the things that we can do. So make sure we're really taking a minute this weekend and paying homage to the fallen and the lost for sure, man. Hats off, 100%. So, I'm going to love it. I love Coca-Cola 600, man. I tell you what, like I said, C-Bell won a little rain-shortened year last year, which I'm not going to agree on NASCAR that. They tried to drive the track for 2 hours, and when the rain was done, they decided to call the race, which is dumb to me if you just ask me. But at the end of the day, their call, I think if they should have just called it till the next day and postponed it and then re-ran it. You had, how many laps left? Lawrence, 200, 250 laps, 40 laps. I don't remember when it ended. Yeah, plenty of the race left. Anyways, I hated that. So hopefully this year we'll do something a little bit different. But we'll see who can win it this year and bring home a jewel. I know who I'm taking number one, and might catch some people off guard, but I'm taking him number one this week. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So tune in Sunday and find out. But better yet, come up to Coach's Corner, Savannah's number one spot for NASCAR racing, right here, Thunderbolt, Georgia, the center of the universe, baby. So getting into that money line, man. Money line presented by Redfin Polarized. I don't have them on tonight. I got my Ray-Bans. Sorry, y'all. I know. I didn't feel like walking back out of the car. It's hot out here, all right? The best polarized sunglasses on the planet. Doesn't matter whether they're made for the woods, the water. If you got money on the line or a wall hanger, make sure you see it clearly. Again, with the best polarized sunglasses on the planet, Redfin Polarized, man. They've got so many polarization options, colors for whatever kind of water you're fishing in, what you're hunting in, style frames. Doesn't matter for you or the old lady. Make sure you're checking it out. Hit that website. Got some really good looking swag too. Rep it hard. Georgia owned, man. That's what it's all about right there for me. When you hit that website and go to check out, rubbing and grubbing, save you 15% right there, man. Hats off as always. Like I say, live life ends up. Redfin Polarized, baby. So top five, and I'm going strong on this car. And then there was just, like I had an epiphany today. So you know what? It's about time for this to wake up. All right. When's the last time somebody won the Daytona 500 and won the Coca-Cola 600? I don't really remember. I want somebody to comment on it. I didn't look it up before anything or any of that. But I will say this. Not that I can remember in the recent, and it might be more recent than I remember, but I'm taking William Byron to win the Coca-Cola 600. I'm taking the 24 car to come out victorious, another crown jewel, Daytona 500, Coca-Cola 600. I mean, we'll see if he can go win the Southern 500. He would have been the only person since Jeff Gordon, only two in history to ever do that, right? Three in history, two of them I know. There's only been two. No, there's only been two that won the Winston Million. I know that. That won 3 out of the 4 crown jewels in the same year. I know that, and that's Gordon and Bill Elliott. But I know Dale Jarrett had opportunities. 3 out of the 4. Didn't have to win all 4. Just 3 out of the 4. And they won it in different ways. But I'll take William Byron number one right here coming up, baby. I'll tell you what, I'll take him. You see the car. If William Byron wins Coca-Cola 600, some lucky 24 fan, I'm gonna go through the page and then the subscribers we have, and this is the 2012 Gordon Lionel. All right, I'm just gonna send it to you. You can have it. If William Byron wins the freaking Coca-Cola 600, I'm shipping that out to a William Byron fan. 2 for me, I'll take C-Bell. You're dumb if you don't. The kid's on fire. 1.5 mile average is great. Shown great speed. Staying out of trouble if you can. We'll be good. Now, this is the one right here I go back and forth about. It's Kyle Larson. And this is why. We saw it last year. All right. If it rains in Indy and we get delayed, is he going to make it there? If it rains in Charlotte, if it does these different things, right? I think this year I'm praying for sun. I'm still taking the 5 car. Best 1.5 mile average start. Best 1.5 mile average finish. Best 1.5 mile average speed on the season. If you don't take the 5, you're backing up. But I am going to take the 5. I mean, I will take the 5. I'm very Hendrick heavy this week. I'm also going to take the 9. Yeah, I'm taking my boy, Chase Elliott. Oh, no, I'm not. Yeah, my boy. It's coming strong. It's going to be on prime. I just feel like over the weeks we've been building a little momentum. Had a good run last week at the All-Star race. Okay, here we go. Totally different beast. If they put a good strategy, I think 600 miles falls right into Chase Elliott's hands. I think he is that type of driver that just grinds it out and runs it. And then when it comes down to the nitty gritty, if it's there, we'd go for it. But I want to see some domination out of the 9. But I'll take the 9. And 5, you got to go Denny Hamlin. I mean, he's got great speed. Again, 1.5 miles. He's going to run good. I didn't even take a Ford, which I know. I just don't know if they got it quite together on 1.5 miles yet. We'll see what happens. Again, dark horses. I have a Ford, Ryan Blaney. It's about time. Ryan Blaney could possibly go out and win it. But I also took the last and Sol Hendrick car in the 48. Still waiting to go out there and get that 1.5 mile. Good 1.5 mile racer, too. So we'll see how it plays out. But again, make sure you're tuning in Sunday. And love to see your top 5. Send it in. Comment on the show, man. Send me who you got to win, what your top 5 is. Might send you something special. I was looking through some stuff I got. I got a Rusty Wallace signed card from it was a Dale Earnhardt Sr. and Jeff Gordon set that came out. I don't remember what year it came out. But it was 25 cards in one and 25 cards in the other. And I've got this card signed. I don't remember what year it was. I don't know if Rusty won the championship or Dale did and Rusty won the race at Atlanta or whatever, but it's signed by Rusty Wallace. I'm going to bring it up next week, and I'll give that away too. I'm going to give that stuff away too. I'm going to start giving away. I got to clear some room for some new stuff. I got to give some stuff away. So, but getting ready to get into that hard right turn, baby. Before we do, got to give a big shout out to Lamar's Body Shop. 30 plus years of taking care of Savannah's auto collision needs, man. The best in the business. Lamar and his team know exactly what they're doing. 2301 Skidaway Road, hop, skipping, and jump away from Coach's Corner. Kind of a win-win. Take the car by, come eat some lunch, man. Doesn't matter what it is. Paint job, need some parts replaced, insurance quote. Make sure you go see Lamar again and his team up there. 2301 Skidaway Road, Lamar's Body Shop. As I always say, why settle for par? Go see Lamar, man. So getting into that hard right turn, all right? And what I kind of wanted to get into it about was now of what NASCAR is doing as a sport, and we've talked about it a little bit, right? What they're doing as a sport for me is we do these things like Chicago Street Race, and we go to all these different road courses that we put this infrastructure in, or we build this for a NASCAR weekend, or we're going to LA, or Clash in the Coliseum, or, all right, now we tapped into it at Bowman Gray. We put a little infrastructure into a racetrack that actually has races there that people come to see. Why can we not do that with the All-Star Race or the Clash Open at some of these older NASCAR tracks that we need to revamp? Let's do it at North Wilkesboro. Why aren't we going, okay, and they did, right? They revamped it. They built it back. Marcus Smith and Dale Jr. and everybody, they brought it back. But why not grow it? Go from a 35,000 seat venue to an 80 or 55,000 seat venue. Like, figure out a way, tear it down, do what we need to, not the racetrack itself, but the stands, you know, the facilities. We'll go pump millions of dollars into running a street course in Chicago as a sport of NASCAR, but we won't go and pump millions of dollars into some of these old historic tracks, right? We're getting better at it. I just think it's something we need to look into. Rockingham, North Wilkesboro. You know, we did it with Martinsville when we added lights into it. You know, and there's certain things I get. There's certain places you can only do so much, but why do we not? Even at, you know, Hickory, and we've heard all these different names. Why would we not go there and build into the facility and give a local track and some money and maybe, okay, yeah, we get a little piece back over the next X amount of years, but we get the attraction there going for you. It's just something to me. I would rather see money spent as a sport and an organization doing that than anytime you ever go to Chicago or a big city to set up a street race. I mean, let's be honest. It's not even a true representation of what NASCAR racing really is. That's just BS to me. So love to hear your thoughts on it, man. Get back at me. So that's going to do it for the rubbing, baby. We are on to the grubbing. I have no idea what we threw in tonight, but we're going to throw it up here. Let's see what we got. We went blind tonight. Oh, man. Hot bread and cheese, man. Let me tell you something. Coach's Corner has probably some of the best queso I've had in a while. I'm telling you this. This hot bread and cheese is fire. You get these quesos, tots, onion rings, fries, whatever it is. That's what you throw it up. Couple of loaves of bread, deep little cheese there, queso. Whew, I can't wait to tear it in, baby. It is going to be so great, man. So, again, make sure you're coming out, checking out Coach's Corner. Food, fun, beer. Come on, man. This is where it's at right here, Thunderbolt, Georgia. So make sure you're staying tuned, man. Coach Carl DeMasi coming up live at 7 with that Carl DeMasi Sports Report, keeping you up to date on everything prep sports in the area. Kids are out of school, updating you on the Braves. Who knows what Coach has in store for you tonight, man. If you haven't, go out, subscribe to that YouTube channel as well, the other part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Coach does an amazing job, man. I love the man to death, the staple. Also, not too late to get in. We got the Coach's Run for a Cure coming up. What, couple weeks, right? Few weeks, not too late to get in. You know, Coach DeMasi started that with Stacy Bragg when she passed from cancer, and I tell you what, a local teacher here in Chatham County, he does an amazing job. He puts his whole heart into that. So if there's anybody out there wanting to donate in, sponsor anything, make sure reach out, give Coach a call, donate in, man. And all it is raising scholarships for these athletes and kids in school, and it does a great thing, man, for a great cause and a great teacher and let alone a great coach. So make sure you're doing that, keeping up to date, man. I'm out. Love everybody. Happy Wednesday. It's hot. I'm sweating. I'm about to drink this beer, eat a little bread and some cheese, baby. And hope everybody's having a good Wednesday, man. Let's get after it. Everybody be safe again. Memorial Day weekend, out in the boat, out in the water, on land, in the car, whatever it is, man. Just make sure you're staying safe. And remember what this weekend's all about. Remembering the lost and fallen. That is truly what this weekend is all about. So take a minute at some point in time throughout the weekend, teach your kids a little bit about what this is. Let's not lose what this holiday really is and gives us these freedoms to celebrate as Americans on this great holiday, because without those servicemen and women, this wouldn't be possible for us. So let's take a minute and remember that, man. But hats off. Cheers, y'all. Love you guys. Stay safe as always. Till next week. Love you. Wash your hands, y'all. I'm out.